Hey Taurus, welcome to your weekly forecast for August 12th through the 14th. This is going to be a general reading for Taurus, Sun, Moon, and Rising. We've got a full moon coming in the middle of the week, so we're going to see how it might be affecting our Taurus friend and see just what's coming up in the week. Alright guys, keep in mind these are general readings, so it's not going to be 100% for every single person. We're continuing with our ocean theme, our mermaid theme here for the summer. After we look at these cards, I'm going to pull a healing message for you from a healing deck. And as always, the deck information will be in the description. There's your Monday, Tuesday, Taurus, your Wednesday, Thursday, and your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All right, so your Monday, Tuesday, Taurus is... Ooh, sacrifice. This came up in the beginning of the week for Gemini as well. So just because it came up for them in the beginning of the week, it could be something that some of you are experiencing with a Gemini. It also came up for Scorpio in the middle of the week. So some of you might have something going on with a Scorpio. Some of you might have something going on with a Gemini where something needs to be balanced out. Or some of you might have those signs in your moon or in your rising. Not necessarily, but I'm just saying because they had a similar energy come for them. I really like this card because she doesn't look sad to me. She just looks like she's over it. She is over it, right? So this is a card about balancing out the sacrifices that you've been making. Taurus, you all get a bad rap. You really do get a bad rap. I know because I see the comments people post, and I've been diligent about like not letting people come on to the channel and like zodiac sign bash. But, you know, Taurus, you know, you all, maybe you don't commit to something too easily. Like you don't rush into committing, but once you're committed very, very strong, and you're very, very loyal. And so some of you might be in situations where you have had these loyalties taken advantage of or taken for granted, and some of you have been making some really big sacrifices. And as we're coming into the Monday, Tuesday energy here, a lot of you are just like, it's not worth it. Like a lot of you are, your eyes are opening and you're frustrated and you don't want to do it anymore. Now the full moon's coming in Wednesday, Thursday. So the fact that you have this really big energy coming in Monday, Tuesday is letting me know that some of you are really picking up on this moon energy early. You might be sensitive towards it because this moon energy that's coming in is going to be about our personal relationships. It is going to be about our love life. It is going to be about romantic partners and wanting to be appreciated and wanting to be loved and wanting to have healthy, fair, happy relationships. So some of you, Taurus, like your eyes are kind of opening at what's not fair in your life. And for some of you, Taurus, this sacrifice is not even about like a romantic partner. It's the sacrifices that you've been making for friends or for family or for a career that you've been way too loyal to, that's been getting in the way of you having a love life or just a personal life. Forget love life, just a personal life. And so a lot of you are realizing that, hey, like this isn't fair, this isn't cool, this isn't working for me anymore. So a lot of you are starting to realize the sacrifices that you've been making kind of on autopilot. Like your eyes are opening to it, and you're figuring out like what's not going to work out for you anymore, or what you're not going to do anymore. I mean, even when you look at her face, like she's so over it. I mean, look at her, look at that face. Like she's done. She's like, no, like this is finito, no more. Your Wednesday, Thursday is the unseen. Now, typically, this is a card about something being kept from you. But this is coming up on the full moon. This is like your full moon card, Taurus. This is your full moon card. So to me, in this sense, because the full moon is kind of shedding light on what has not been fair in our love life, or where we feel like we're not being nurtured, or where we feel we're not being satisfied, I feel like, again, this is more of you seeing the truth of a situation. You're beginning to see what was unseen. I am sorry to say this, Taurus. You guys know I do my best to keep these readings upbeat and positive and high vibrational. So when I do come up with something and I say something that maybe isn't as pleasant, it's not being said to be a negative Nancy. It's not being said in a negative way. It's being said to prepare you so that you can like, you know, prepare for the thing that's coming your way. It's coming your way ultimately to benefit you. And so I feel that for some of you, you're seeing a very ugly side of a person. Somebody that maybe you have been sacrificing for, or somebody that maybe you have been trying to be there for them, and you're seeing a very ugly side of them, and you're seeing ways in which maybe they've been taking advantage of you, or they've been, they've been, pulling the wool over your eyes in some way. Now, I'm not saying it to be negative, and keep in mind these are general readings, so maybe you won't have that experience. But I feel for some of you Taurus out there, maybe a lot of you, there's that thing happening where this truth is being seen, and you're seeing in some way that someone was pretending to be somebody that they're not. Right? And you're seeing, like I said, you're seeing an ugly side of a person. It's going to be very, very surprising maybe for you. Some of you, this ugly part that's coming up, like this uglier part. One thing I read, and again, I'm not an astrology expert, but one thing I read about this full moon is that because a lot of people are thinking about love and they're thinking about this connection and they're wanting to have this really powerful love in their life, a lot of insecurities and jealousies are coming to the surface. And I always say, no matter how healed you are, there's nothing like love to bring out our crazy. We all have it. We all have some crazy in us. Everybody has it in some way. And when you get really, really like, when your feelings get very involved, it's going to trigger some insecurities. So for some of you, this unseen stuff is the things within yourself. You're going to see the parts of you that you feel, oh wow, like the ugly side is coming out, like the jealousy or the insecurity or the rage or the anger. Because keep in mind, the full moon is also a time of releasing very deep buried emotions. Okay, so if you are having this happen where this ugly side is coming out of you, this is a good time to release it. It's coming up for a reason. Don't push it down, but maybe kind of just take a break. Don't take it into an argument. Don't take it out on somebody else. Maybe take a sea salt bath or take a shower and scrub yourself down with a sea salt scrub or with some essential oil soap or something, and just kind of release the feelings. Maybe journal, cry, whatever you need to do, pray, listen to music, whatever it is that you can do to release. Find a way to connect with your higher power, your guardian angels, your guides, and to come into that moment of release, because it's time to let that beast go. Like, you don't want to carry it inside you anymore, but you also don't want to unleash it in a way where it's going to be reckless or where you're going to, sick it out on somebody else. You don't want to release it and unleash it onto another person. So this is time to give it to God. Okay? Your Friday, Saturday, and Sunday is water flight. Well, here's some good news, Taurus. It's pretty clear to us here from your reading today that you're going to have a very intense release, and you're going to have some very intense emotions and feelings coming to the surface. But no sooner than this full moon happens, the next day or two after, you're in this light energy. This burden is gone, and you're just soaring. You're just shooting up to the surface of the water, and you're coming into this time of having this weightlessness, being able to move, feeling this freedom. And this card came up for a couple of the other signs, and I'm going to tell you all the same thing I told them. You guys who watch my videos, I read intuitively. So the pictures and the cards have a lot of messages for me. And whales to me are very, very significant when it comes to healing. Very significant to me. Now, you can look up, the whale spirit animal or the whale totem, and that definitely has meaning. That does apply. But I also will tell you, think about what you think of when you think about whales, because that's a message for you. the way that I think about it, or the way that I see it, whales are something that I associate with the subconscious, with that deep psychic, emotional, very deep subconscious part of ourselves. And so to me, whales are very much about those really, really deep, buried, unknown parts of us coming to the surface and releasing them in a very powerful way, but in a way where it's moving us forward, where we're gliding, we're moving with grace, we're moving out of that dark energy and we're coming up to the surface for air. So it's very heavy emotions, very big emotions that we're releasing, that we're awakening, that we're realizing parts of our subconscious, but it's happening in a way where it's not agonizing, it's not excruciating, it's flowing, and it's releasing in a way where we're creating positive movement, right? We're creating positive movement, and we're coming together with our spiritual team, our guardian angels, our guides are surrounding us. We're coming into the energy of soul family, all of those beautiful things. So I'm going to encourage you, either the day of the full moon, or if you want to wait and do it on the weekend, sit and just kind of relax. If you're comfortable meditating, meditate. If not, just kind of just lay there and listen to some whale sounds. And you'll have to come back and let me know in the comments, those of you who tried it, those of you who end up doing it, how you felt about it, what you experienced. For me, I find it very healing. I find it very therapeutic. I find it very powerful. I feel like there's a lot of healing in that energy. And I honestly feel that that's one of the reasons why the whales do it. I know that there's all kinds of things about how it's like it's their sonar, it's their way of communicating, but there's something very healing about it. I just feel like these whales are like this gatekeeper of like peace or tranquility, or like of just keeping things moving, or just something very magical, very mystical in their calls, in their sound. So try it. Maybe it might resonate with you, maybe it might not, but try it. Whatever the case, Taurus, you are unleashing a massive burden, and you are coming into this weightless, free, exhilarating, just kind of coming up where you're going to be able to take that breath of fresh air. Let's go ahead and take a look at your healing card for the week. Be sure, guys, to watch your moon sign and rising sign videos as well, because some weeks those are going to resonate with you more than others. You might need a private reading, which I'm more than happy to do. And I am having a sale on private readings this week, which I will talk about in just a moment. But let's see what your healing card is here. And again, those of you who want to know more about the cards I used, every week I have the link in the description of the video if you want to check them out. All right, so you have hydrate. How funny, we're talking about all this water and you have hydrate. So Taurus, I think for some of you, it might be a good idea to get near some water. It could be very healing for you to take a sea salt bath, or to go to the beach, or to get to water if there's water accessible to you. So in that way, like just kind of immersing water can be very healing for you around this week. But also, what a lot of people don't know, when you release energetically and spiritually, it's important to hydrate with water by drinking it. It's very important to drink water and make sure that you're getting enough water, because you're helping kind of cleanse your system. What a lot of people don't realize, when you cry, you release toxins into your bloodstream. Or when you exercise, or you get movement going, like you might release endorphins, and endorphins are positive chemicals. I'm just giving it as an example. But emotions will release chemicals in our bloodstream. So as you're releasing, and as these feelings are coming to the surface, it's going to be a good idea for you to just keep hydrating, so that you're able to just kind of wash all that out. Keep the energy going. Keep yourself filtered, keep yourself clean, keep things moving along as you're releasing. Okay, so again, watch your moon sign rising sign video as well. Those of you who want more detailed love information, you can click on the link for the love readings in the description of the video, and you can watch the August love readings if you haven't already. For the the private reading sale, I'm celebrating, I can't believe this, I'm celebrating 60,000 subscribers. I'm shocked, I'm blown away. It's a big deal for me, and I appreciate you guys being here. So I thought, why not celebrate 60,000 subscribers by having a sale on the 60-minute readings? I wasn't going to announce it on YouTube because last time I did that, I posted the videos announcing the sale. I went to sleep and I woke up and I was booked 3 months out in advance. And a lot of people were upset with me. People were upset with me that the wait list was so long. And then my Facebook and Instagram people, I don't have as many people on Facebook and Instagram as I do on YouTube, but a lot of my Facebook and Instagram people have been with me since the beginning, and they were very hurt because they weren't able to get in on the sale. And they're like, hey, you know, like, we've been with you from the beginning. I felt really bad about that. So I went ahead and I announced it for my Facebook and my Instagram, and I posted it in the community page here too because I know not a lot of people see that. So I was like, let me just put it out there for the people that are like, you know, they're always keeping up with the posts and, like, you know, they're waiting, you know, like they're on it. So I decided to extend it to YouTube, but I'm going to still keep it limited because I don't want to be booked 3 or 4 months in advance. So I'm probably only going to run it for about a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then I'm going to cap it at that. But if you're interested, you can click on the Calendly link. And so it's going to be, usually a 60-minute phone reading is $100, and usually a 60-minute video reading is $150. So there's just going to be $60. So that's a really big savings. And I know some of you are like, hey, Amethyst, that's really nice of you and all, but it's still way too steep, and I can't be spending $60 on a reading right now, or I don't have it. I understand. I have 15-minute readings starting at $20. And the free content, the free videos, the free stuff I post on Facebook and Instagram every day. And I'm going to keep all that coming, guys. But I thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. If you'd like to book a private reading, feel free to do so. Regardless, I appreciate every single one of you, and I thank you so much for being here. Take care.